The Buffalo Bills enter the 2025 NFL season with high expectations and one clear goal in mind: winning the Super Bowl. After years of coming close but falling short, the pressure is higher than ever for Josh Allen and company to finally bring a Lombardi Trophy to Buffalo. Heading into the season, the Bills believe they've solidified their wide receiver group with Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir, and Joshua Palmer as their top three options. Together, this trio offers a mix of youth, speed, and reliability that keeps Buffalo's offense competitive and dangerous. But behind the scenes, there's growing speculation that the Bills aren't done building their receiving core just yet. According to multiple reports, Buffalo is monitoring the situation in Indianapolis, where wide receiver Alec Pierce could soon become available. With rumors swirling that the Colts are open to trading Pierce, the Bills may have an opportunity to add another dynamic playmaker to an already potent offense. The Colts are coming off a disappointing 8-9 season in 2024 and appear to be shifting toward a rebuild. One of the biggest indications came when the team benched Anthony Richardson, their young quarterback, in favor of veteran Daniel Jones. This surprising move has raised plenty of eyebrows around the league and signaled that Indianapolis could be looking to reshape its roster moving forward. If that's the case, Alec Pierce's name makes perfect sense on the trade block. The 25-year-old wideout is entering the final season of his rookie contract after being selected by Indianapolis in the second round of the 2022 NFL Draft out of Cincinnati. And he's coming off the best year of his young career. In 2024, Pierce recorded 37 catches for 824 yards and 7 touchdowns, but perhaps the most impressive stat from his season was his league-leading 22.3 yards per reception. That elite big play ability is exactly what teams like Buffalo are looking for: a receiver who can stretch defenses vertically and create explosive gains down the field. For the Bills, adding Pierce could transform their passing attack. Pairing his deep threat speed with rookie sensation Keon Coleman would give Josh Allen two vertical weapons capable of taking the top off any defense. That, in turn, would open up more space underneath for Khalil Shakir, who thrives out of the slot, and would make it even harder for opposing secondaries to focus on just one receiver. Of course, there's a potential complication: Joshua Palmer's contract. Buffalo signed Palmer this offseason to a significant deal, expecting him to play a major role in their offense. But insiders believe Palmer's presence shouldn't stop the Bills from pursuing Pierce if the price is right. In today's NFL, having multiple quality wide receivers is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. This is especially true for Buffalo given where they are as a franchise. With Josh Allen at the peak of his powers and the team's championship window wide open, General Manager Brandon Beane and head coach Sean McDermott know they can't afford to stand still. The AFC is loaded with contenders: Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, Joe Burrow and the Bengals, Lamar Jackson's Ravens, and the high-powered Dolphins, and if the Bills want to finally get over the hump, every roster move matters. From the Colts' perspective, moving Pierce could make sense if they're committed to a long-term rebuild. Since he's in the last year of his rookie deal, Indianapolis would either need to extend him at a significant cost or risk losing him in free agency. By trading him now, the Colts could acquire valuable draft capital and start stocking up on assets for the future. If the Bills do land Pierce, the impact could be immediate. Imagine Josh Allen having Keon Coleman, Alec Pierce, Khalil Shakir, and Joshua Palmer lined up alongside tight end Dalton Kincaid. That's a nightmare scenario for defensive coordinators around the league. With multiple vertical threats and a reliable slot option, Buffalo's offense could become one of the most explosive and versatile units in the NFL. While nothing has been finalized and talks remain speculative, the buzz around Alec Pierce to Buffalo is growing. Fans are already dreaming about the possibilities, and analysts believe this could be the exact type of bold, aggressive move that puts the Bills over the top. At the end of the day, the Bills are firmly in win-now mode. After years of heartbreak in the playoffs and falling short of their ultimate goal, Buffalo knows this may be their best shot to capture a Super Bowl with Josh Allen in his prime. Adding another big play threat like Pierce could be the missing piece that unlocks the full potential of their offense. If a deal does happen, it would send a strong message to the rest of the league: the Buffalo Bills are all in. And with Josh Allen leading an upgraded receiving core, a balanced offense, and a revamped defense, this could finally be the year Buffalo breaks through and claims the championship they've been chasing for decades. The Buffalo Bills have spent years living at the doorstep of greatness. With Josh Allen firmly established as one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL and playoff appearances becoming an annual expectation, Buffalo has earned a reputation as one of the league's most consistent contenders. But there's one undeniable reality: consistency doesn't equal championships. Despite all their success in the Allen era, the Bills have yet to break through and reach a Super Bowl. Now, entering the 2025 NFL season, the AFC has never been more competitive. The conference is loaded with elite quarterbacks and powerhouse offenses, and every decision matters. For Buffalo, the window to capitalize on Allen's prime is wide open, but windows in the NFL don't stay open for long. If the Bills want to maximize this championship opportunity, they may need to make a bold move before Week 1. With final roster cuts approaching, Buffalo faces the task of trimming its roster from 90 players down to the final 53. The core of the team remains intact, but tough decisions lie ahead. General Manager Brandon Beane and his staff are expected to stay aggressive, keeping the phone lines open and exploring potential trade opportunities before the roster locks in. This year's version of the Bills already looks dangerous. After pulling off a blockbuster trade with the Los Angeles Chargers to acquire star pass rusher Joey Bosa and wide receiver Joshua Palmer, Buffalo has added key pieces to complement Josh Allen's MVP-caliber play. On paper, this roster has the firepower to make another deep postseason run. But there's still one glaring question that hasn't been answered. Do the Bills have enough at wide receiver to compete with the AFC's elite passing attacks? Last season was a reminder of just how important top-tier receiving talent is when the stakes are highest. In the 2024 playoffs, Buffalo fell short once again, and part of the problem was a lack of consistent playmakers after Stefon Diggs' departure. Josh Allen elevated those around him, as he always does, but the team lacked a reliable number 2 star to complement the offense. The addition of Joshua Palmer certainly helps, but the Bills' receiver room remains thin when compared to rivals like the Chiefs, Bengals, and Dolphins, all of whom boast elite pass-catching groups. Young players like Tyrell Shavers have shown flashes but haven't developed into consistent contributors. Meanwhile, rookies and rotational receivers remain unproven. For a team with Super Bowl aspirations, standing still isn't an option. Buffalo has 2 potential paths to address the position. They could pursue smaller moves to shuffle depth pieces, or they could swing big and land a true difference maker. And that's where Terry McLaurin comes into play. The Washington Commanders' star wide receiver has officially requested a trade, sending shockwaves around the league. McLaurin, entering the final year of his contract, has been one of the NFL's most consistent and productive pass catchers despite enduring years of unstable quarterback play in Washington. Over his first 5 seasons, he has topped 1,000 receiving yards 4 times, proving himself as one of the league's most reliable weapons. Adding McLaurin to Buffalo's offense would be a game-changer. He's not just a statistical producer, he's a respected leader and a player who consistently delivers in high-pressure situations. With his elite route running, dependable hands, and big play ability, pairing him with Josh Allen's rocket arm could transform the Bills' passing attack into one of the NFL's most feared units. Financially, a trade for McLaurin isn't as complicated as it might seem. While his 2025 salary is significant, the Commanders have already paid a large portion of it, meaning Buffalo would only need to take on a manageable amount for the rest of the season. That makes McLaurin a realistic 1-year rental for a team in win-now mode. If he fits seamlessly within the offense, and all signs suggest he would, the Bills would have the flexibility to negotiate a long-term extension after the season. The real cost lies not in salary, but in draft capital. Landing a receiver of McLaurin's caliber won't come cheap. The bidding would likely start at a second-round pick and could escalate quickly. Realistically, Buffalo may need to part ways with a first-round pick and additional assets to secure him. That's a steep price, but the potential payoff could make it worthwhile. Windows of opportunity in the NFL are fragile. Injuries, cap constraints, and roster turnover can close them faster than expected. Buffalo knows this all too well after coming so close to a Super Bowl appearance multiple times in recent years, only to fall short each time. Making a move for McLaurin would send a loud and clear message to the rest of the league: the Bills are all in for 2025. An Allen-McLaurin-James Cook combination would give defensive coordinators nightmares. McLaurin's ability to win on the outside would stretch defenses vertically, open up space for the running game, and force opponents into impossible decisions. Combine that with Keon Coleman's explosiveness, Palmer's reliability, and Dalton Kincaid's versatility at tight end, and Buffalo could field one of the most complete and balanced offenses in the NFL. The AFC arms race is heating up, and the Bills cannot afford to sit back while teams like the Chiefs, Bengals, Ravens, and Dolphins continue to load up on offensive firepower. Trading for Terry McLaurin could be the bold, aggressive move that finally pushes Buffalo over the top. For a franchise and a fanbase hungry for a championship, this might be the moment to go all in. The Bills have been knocking on the door for years. With Josh Allen in his prime and a roster built to contend, there may never be a better chance than right now. If McLaurin becomes a Buffalo Bill, the entire landscape of the AFC could shift overnight. It would be a declaration that this team isn't just hoping to compete, they're ready to win it all.